Okay, thanks, Madhu, Mahesh, and Naren for joining. As this season, due to COVID, we didn't have a proper kickoff where we will all get together and we will, walk everybody through what are some of the, processes involved in the selection process, something about more about HPTL tournament and changes. So we decided to go virtual this time. So we'll record this quick video session and go through these FAQs one by one. And let's be quick. So Mahesh, I'll start with some basic questions around the tournament. When is it starting? What is the schedule? What kind of grounds we are expected to play at?
As per my knowledge goes, like we have a management kickoff meeting this Saturday, 4th of April. Season 13 is going to start from April 10th weekend onwards.
Okay.
The schedule is not yet published by the organization committee, but I think we are expecting by early next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, 6th, 7th of April.
Okay.
In terms of ground games were going to be played, grounds will be assigned randomly. There is no specific agenda or specific concept as a home ground. Previously we used to have that. There's no home ground concept. But I think where most of the matches will be played in Prairie View, Four Corners, Katie Hockley, and maybe at Wallis also there is couple other I think grounds will be added, but not very sure. Let's wait for the HPTL organization committee on that.
Mahesh,
And
couple of questions. One is there this series specific on Saturdays or Sundays and 7:30 or afternoon games? What is the balance between the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and the timing between 7:30 and 11:30? Because I think there are two slots.
Yeah, mostly all those league matches will be played on Saturday and Sunday. There is no specific time because there are like 25 or 26 teams going to be played into HPTL season 13. So there is no specific time for specific day. All those league matches, Saturday and Sunday, only the playoff will be strictly on Saturday.
Okay. And 11:30 games would be there, or it's only 7:30 a.m.?
No, it will be a mix and match for everyone.
Okay, so we should be ready for both 7:30 and 11:30 is what you're saying.
Even though they are saying 7:30 is most, but we may expect something few games in noon, either Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait.
Cool. Thanks, Mahesh. Next question, and the most important one, I think, for Mahesh and Naren. So what is the team selection? Madhu and Naren. So what is the team selection process, guys, right? Because everybody wants to make sure they get the chance, but we also want to make sure that we have the winning 11. So how are we going to manage that? How do we plan to manage that?
Yeah, so I think the process goes by, initially an event link will be shared to our S13 WhatsApp group. Once the link gets open, basically the link is open till Thursday until 4 p.m. for Saturday matches, and Friday 4 p.m. for Sunday matches. The most important thing is the captain and the vice captain will work with the rest of the management team. So as you guys know, there is only a few members on the management team who get to pick their final 11 with the 12th man. So I think everybody should understand that, it's only the captain and vice captain along with a few members from the management team will choose who is going to play the final 11 and the 12th man. And the playing 11 with the 12th man will be published Thursday or Friday evening for the Saturday and Sunday matches, respectively. I think I would like Naren to comment.
Yes. Okay. The selection team, like Madhu said, the captain, vice captain, along with the couple of management teams, they will basically see the balance between bowling, batting, and fielding abilities. Opportunity, we'll giving opportunity to everybody. Anyone who is marked for in, definitely he will play for 2 matches, 2 games at minimum. And will also the priorities for the consistency player who are consistently showing up for the practicing, supporting 12 months, etc. I hope
Okay,
I have
so-
covered things.
So, okay, so basically you're saying that minimum, whoever is putting in for minimum 5 games would actually get at least 2 games to play.
Right.
Right, that's what the management is going to be balanced about. And then Mahesh, you are going to publish, every for Saturday matches, the 11 will be published Thursday evening, and for Sunday matches, 11 the playing 11 will be published along with the 12th man on Friday evening, right? So
Yes.
players, the idea is that the players who are not gonna be selected, they have enough time to adjust their weekend plans. We don't want to do it release the playing 11 just before the night of
Correct.
the weekend. But
That
uh,
is
but normally what I would suggest is also, and keep me honest guys here, that even if there is an 11 plus 12th person selected, sometimes what happens is things change. Let's say it's a Sunday game, things changes on Saturday. So people who are booked in, if they don't have any plans, sit tight, because if somebody backs out on Saturday, a couple of players here and there, then we would definitely need those additional players to play the game.
Yeah, and just one more point to add is, as you guys know, the captain for this tournament is Anup, and the vice captain is Richie, and the standby captain, the standby vice captain is Madhu for this tournament. So,
Right.
and from the management also, we'd like to announce, right? It's primarily Sandeep, Madhu, Mahesh, Naren are from the management team.
Thanks, Madhu.
Yeah, go
Thanks
ahead,
for that
Sandeep.
clarity. So, and this is, let's be honest, right? Sometimes this has not happened. This has happened in the past where few people have not been happy about how the teams have been selected, and some people getting more opportunity versus the others. That's true for every team, not just Royals. What is the best way to kind of manage that, Madhu? So that somebody's not happy with how the team is being, or selection is being made. What is the best way for them to kind of communicate that?
Yeah, I think anytime any player has any issue with the selection or anything, the first thing they have to do is to talk to the manager first, so that it can be propagated to the remaining members from the management team. I think any request being submitted, please reach out to the manager first, which is Mahesh. So within I think Mahesh will internally coordinate with the management team along with the captain and vice captain to further resolve that issue, right? So please don't get disappointed or anything, and please don't communicate through a broader channel, but try to communicate this message to the manager initially, and I think he'll try to get it resolved by talking to the management.
And
yeah, sometimes I can talk to player to understand what is the root cause, or what is that complain about, and I'm happy we should have that resolution at minimum conflict level.
Yeah, I think 90% of that I don't think we'll have that issues, but yes, I mean this is a one-off state, and we don't have all 5 fingers the same, right? So we might have some issues like that, but we will try to resolve those.
And just in case somebody is not okay to reach out to Mahesh, they can also reach out to first point is Mahesh, of course, but if they do not, then they can reach out to anybody on this call right now, which is myself, Madhu, Naren, and of course Mahesh. So just in case you happen to have a good communication with Naren, that's your preference, then reach out. But ideally, everybody could report those kind of concerns to Madhu, or sorry, Mahesh.
Mahesh, yeah.
So one of the things that is we have seen consistently is that we picked the 12th team of 12 people, but the 12th person typically doesn't think that they have an important role. They would basically no show up, and then we will have same people showing up for the 12th spot again and again, right? We need to change that, and I wanted to make sure, Naren, that people understand that what is the role of 12th man, right? Why do we pick it? And it is not about picking up drinks or something like that. So could you kind of
Yeah,
walk us through that?
we picked 12%, and 12-month has a significant contribution. So let's say playing 11, somebody got injured or some they have some issue, they cannot show up. Then the backup player, he can be the 12 man is the backup for that guy. And also he is part of on-field squad for suggestion and supporting the team. So they have a very good significant role in this team.
So basically, if somebody is getting injured, either in the game or prior to the game, somebody is not able to make it, 12% is supposed to fill at that spot. So if you're not at the ground, that cannot happen, right? And the second thing, would the 12th man be picked up based on, you know, something in mind that if somebody is gone, then with that 12th man is at least a have a batting, fielding, or bowling skill. So if that's how we are picking up and that person doesn't show up, then of course that's not good, right? So what has happened previously is that, you know, Mahesh has been the by default 12th man. Although Mahesh as a manager will be there on most of the games, but he doesn't need to be the 12th man, right? If we can have the 12th man who can bat better than Mahesh or bowl better than Mahesh, then we'll definitely, you know, that's the purpose behind it.
Yeah, anybody can be the 12 man. Even from the management team also, even me, Sandeep or Madhu can be a 12 man as well.
Right.
I would encourage, you know, like if you are not there part of, you know, playing 11, I will, you know, if you have a time, you can always support a team from, you know, being in a ground or, you know, do any kind of, you know, moral boosting. That's always, you know, there is always positive support. So I encourage, you know, if you have time permits, you can be there as a part of, you know, watching this game also and supporting game.
Cool. All right. So next one is, I think, Marian, again for you. How are the on-field decision making happen? Like, who's making the calls on on-field?
Yeah, basically all decision will be made by captain and vice captain. Everyone is encouraged to advise on the field, but the final call will be the captain and vice captain.
Got it. Because, you know, the reason I had put in there is because there has been previously issues where somebody would have say, hey, why did this captain did this, should have given bowling to that person, or should have been the batting order. You know, sometimes that, you know, whatever the captain and vice captain decides works out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. So when it doesn't work out, and you know, we should not start straight away criticizing it. We should support you know, the on-field decision made by the leadership. But Madhu, if somebody is not happy with the captain and vice captain's decision, and somebody's, you know, let's say repeatedly somebody thinks that repeatedly we are making bad decisions, how does that message is conveyed?
Yeah, I think anytime anybody who is not happy either with the captain or vice captain, right, please always report you know, your valuable feedback to the manager, so that, you know, we won't make changes right away on the field, you know, regarding the leadership in the middle of the season. But, you know, at the very beginning of the season, right, you know, collectively we'll have the opportunity to select our next season leaders, right? I mean, that's the whole idea here, right? Because we trusted both Richie and Anup, right, as vice captain and the captain respectively, right? We have full trust on them and faith in them, and we value their you know, the leadership, because they have already proven that in our previous matches. So that's the only reason why we had a committee, and we actually have selected under the guidance of a lot of other members as well. You know, we have taken that vote to select those two. So I think we need to give them enough liberty to make the decisions. You know, it's not necessarily that, you know, they can be 100% right, but we need to respect them and value their opinions, and do the best for us, right? But anytime you're unhappy or anything, please always reach out to the manager first, so that we can make these or take into consideration your valuable suggestions going forward.
Cool. All right. The next one is, where do we spend our money, right? So we've collected a lot of money, roughly $50 from everybody this season. So I think the simple answer to that, Mahesh, is right. We are maintaining that everything under, and this link will be posted, so you could actually click on the link here, which will take you to the take you to this sheet right here that has all the details of the transactions, right? So how much collection did we made, and then where was it spent? Again, this is the planned section. This is the actual. This is where we actually end up spending the money, and then you'll see the balance. You'll see the total money collected actually, and then total money spent, right? So so that's full transparent. I don't think any other club does that. We do that very transparently. And if you have any questions on why was the money spent somewhere else, or we ended up spending more money somewhere else, and in future we should be aware of how to get those goods and services in less, please reach out to Mahesh, and he manages this all, balance and transactions. And of course, there are other tabs here. You will see the more details. I don't want to go in that details over here, but you will have access to the sheet to see everything what you want to look at. Mahesh, anything to add?
I think we are pretty much, we don't have too much actual expenses right now, so we should be good. By end of season, yes, we may have a lot of other items may have reflected, but we are good for now, I believe.
Okay, cool. Ground reporting time. Mahesh, usually the team matches are 7:30 a.m. in the morning. So we suggested 15 minutes in the past, but that can go here and there. I know this time HPTL is very stringent that before the start of the game, all your team needs to be on the ground. Else, it could go against us. So how important is it to be on the ground at time?
Yeah, well, first of all, 15 minutes is a minimum. I believe, we should report, at least 20-25 minutes, because there are, some special clauses you don't know. Each match will start sharply at 7:30. Each 5 minutes delay by the team is going to, make overs reduction. Rule book will be updated, but to my understanding, I think if you are late by, just an example, 10 minutes, your overs will get cut by two overs will be deducted. If you are delayed by 15 minutes, it will be game awarded to the opposite team. And there are some other additional rules coming up. There are, like you have to finish the game in 3.5 hours strictly. If there is some delay, like both teams have to pay $25 to HPTL as a fine for mismanaging that time.
Got it. And then, also, 15 minutes, 20 minutes prior to that, we should all warm up, guys. Right? This is league matches. These are not practices. In practices matches, the league, you may straight away come in and start bowling, but in the league matches, it's going to be competitive. You make sure you warm up, you get used to the ball, you do some catching practice. If you're going to bat, you do some knocking in the nets. That's why we have, and then most importantly, jerseys. So this week, later this week, hopefully we will have the jerseys shipped. There was some issue with our first vendor, and we had to kind of make some changes. That's why things got delayed by a couple of weeks. But hopefully prior to our first game next weekend, we'll have the jerseys. If not, then definitely for the second game we'll have the jerseys. So we request everybody to please come in team jerseys. This is a team sport, cricket, and if you come in the team jerseys, it looks more professional. And also we look more as a team, not a 7-band tricolor, right? So that's the purpose there. So Mahesh, what happens if the other team did not reach on time, right? So it's the same rule for them, right? So if the team is late by 15 minutes, they don't have a minimum of, let's say, 9 or 10. I don't know what the rule is, but 9 or 10 players prior, let's say 7:30 start games, it's 7:45. They have only 6 players on the ground. I think we get awarded the match, right?
That is correct. I think, still,
what happens?
Let me check it.
Yeah, but what happens if they want to, continue with the 6 players? Because let's say a few other players are supposed to come.
No, I think there are minimum 8 players required to show up.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. But let me check with the rule book. What is that? New rule says.
Yeah, I think previously it was 8 players. I think they were going to increase that, but whatever that number is, if that number is not met, then we get awarded. Or if we are the one who are getting late, then the opposite team gets awarded the game.
That is correct. But still, that overs reduction rule is still there. And if team no show up, 15 minutes is.
And just to make sure that over reduction is only for one team, not both teams. So if our team is late by 10 minutes, right? So we get 2 overs deducted. Now it's an 18 over game for us and 20 over game for them.
That's correct.
Okay. Last but most important, I think COVID protocol. Anything specific, Mahesh and rest of the team on the COVID?
I think where to, first of all, it's a team game where to follow a lot of government or CDC rules. Being here in United States, whatever that CDC rule says, maintain safe distance, wear your mask wherever it is possible. Sometimes it may not possible, but while bowling or something like that. But if things permit, you can always follow those protocols. Wearing a mask, keep social distance, don't. Mostly encouraging your getting your own gear, but it's not mandatory, it's optional, but recommendation.
What about the drinks?
Drinks, again, we may not have that water initially, but we will come up with that. But right now, again, management encourage bring your own drink for your game.
All right, great, thank you. Anybody, anything else that we missed on, guys, that we want to make sure the team is aware of? Or
I think we are good.
I think you are good. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks everybody for joining today. Hopefully this recording was helpful for the rest of the team. We'll see you guys on the ground pretty soon.